Hey everybody, Ross here and welcome back to another video. We have just had the Ubisoft Forward conference in which we managed to get an impressive look, a proper deep dive look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So what we're going to do in this video today is a little bit of a reaction video and a little bit of a discussion of everything that we saw from that gameplay overview trailer. It's about 6 minutes, so the plan is today is to let the trailer run and then maybe scrub back, maybe pausing at various points along the video and just have a little bit of a discussion as to what we're seeing and what I could glean from this trailer for the final release of the game, which is coming in November 17th. So let's take a look. So all in-game footage is a work in progress. As we can see, the Viking longboats here. Super excited for this game. Everything they showed just looked really impressive.
Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England.
Man,
Eivor
just looks really good and super badass.
Her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal: to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking.
The improvements of the game engine just looks really quite significant.
Tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and
it's like an advancement on the Brotherhood system. I love this particular bit as well. Oh, sledgehammer! But look at the flame physics, the fire physics, capitalizing on the fact that it's straw roofs for all of the hamlets and huts, and it just spreads across the village.
Your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools.
I love this bit as well.
New settlers. At the heart of your settlement
Growing a
is
settlement.
the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest.
Look at all of these
variety
badass enemies that we're going to be
assembled in an
fighting.
Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage.
The combat
including the
tactics
bodies of
just look
fallen
really cool.
warriors. To face these attacks,
It's looking
you must
so
find and
visceral
exploit
and
your
brutal
opponent's
and
weaknesses
very
to gain the
fast
upper
paced.
hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a
Oh
Viking
my
harpoon.
god, decapitation!
Pummel them with throwing axes.
Look at that move!
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance. Or finish them off.
The stun system is going to be wicked.
Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
Any two weapons, guys, any two weapons you can dual wield.
Customize
Oh,
your
look at the
fighting
flail.
style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Stomp!
All combinations of weapons are available to dual
What?
wield, including two shields.
Dual shield, you can be a shield master. Fantastic. Oh, you can use them as a battering ram as well!
Not all situations call for violence.
And I love, finally,
In this new
stealth
land,
is
a
coming
Viking must
back.
find
A
a way
nod
to
to
adapt.
Assassin's Creed 2.
As Eivor
in the
is
early
not welcome
games.
in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's
This is
hood
what the
and cloak to blend with
most
crowds
recent Assassin's
and
Creed
slip
games have
past
been
watched
missing, is the
eyes.
stealth
An
aspect.
unseen hunter among the people.
Hiding in plain sight.
From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health.
The size of that wolf! It looks like we're going to have full-on boss
Search
fights.
pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement.
Some puzzle-solving challenges.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
It looks like it's really leaning into not just Norse mythology, but like pagan ritual mythology
But as you
from
push deeper
the
into
era
England,
of
the
Britain.
enemy will push back.
Anglo-Saxon
In a
culture, of
series
course.
climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you.
I mean, look at the
Eivor's army
battering
into
ram
battle
stuff, these
against
sieges.
heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to
Some
wondrous
snow physics there.
haunted lands, inspired by Norse
I mean, look at
myths
this.
and England's pagan roots.
Yeah, the pagan
Through
roots. That's what we're
challenge and surprise,
really quite excited for.
with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Is that an X-ray kill cam there? Going a little bit Sniper Elite. Man, what? Seriously? Okay, so that was a whole heck of a lot of stuff. So what we're going to do is going to scrub back a little bit into the video and pause at various points just to highlight a couple of things which I am a huge fan of. Check this out. So first of all, you have a familiar crew, but instead of a huge galleon like in Assassin's Creed Black Flag or even the more recent Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it is a much smaller longboat which allows you to actually get through all the different rivers and tributaries of England of the period. So it lets you get really, really inland and bring the fight to Britain and all the different clans.
England is a dark age tangle
Look at this.
of broken
So if we scrub forward just a little bit more, where they actually jump off of the longboat. Look at this detail here.
as you prowl England's rivers by longship.
So that there, look at the water physics we're seeing here. It's the ripples in the water is actually disrupted by what it looks like every single member of your army.
As you prowl England's rivers by longship.
Look at
You
that.
may raid locations you spot from
And it even has like that greenish, murky, brownish coloration of
shoreline.
just a
Ground your
riverway
ship
of the period
and
of
blow your
time.
horn to lead your raiding
So that is
crew
awesome.
into battle.
And this bit here, look. So Eivor, it's obviously a tactical play here, is to burn and pillage the villages.
Shoreline. Ground your ship.
So again, this reminds me of way back in Far Cry 2, where
Blow your
fire
horn
was
to
a
lead your
tactical
raiding crew
element
into
which you could
battle.
use in battle. Taking out all the different outposts in that particular game, and now it's obviously coming back into this game as well. I know fire did feature in some of the more recent Far Cry games, but it looks like it's way more of a tactical element here. And look at it spreading across the roof there. Just brilliant. Oh, finishing moves. Damn. And then Eivor doing it again. Just basically setting the entire village on fire. And you can see the fire in the background just progressing and cascading until we get to this massive inferno just decimating the entire village.
Crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies.
Now, look at this move that Eivor does here. It is like a reflex counter ranged move. I can't remember if we've really seen that in a game of this type before. Maybe we have. Please let me know in the comments. But if we scrub back just a little bit, look at this.
Raids, fighting
It's very, very
enemies.
fast.
Bat-
Oh my goodness! It was almost a reflex, like a counter, a ranged counter. So this enemy over in the distance here by this burning building, they obviously either threw a knife or fired an arrow at Eivor. Eivor blocked it with her shield, and then immediately fired a reflex shot right back for a killing blow.
battering down doors.
That is awesome. That is
stealing
absolutely
cargo
awesome.
Too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services.
Just insane.
Better-
Now, the village building mechanic is... I'm really excited for this because it reminds me of a throwback to Assassin's Creed 2, where you got to fully restore Monteriggioni. I think it's Monteriggioni. I do apologize if I've completely butchered that name. Back in the Ezio trilogy. And it feels like a proper throwback. And in a lot of cases, it feels like a proper throwback to some of these systems of the early Ezio trilogy of games, whilst at the same time fully revitalizing and evolving them into something suitable for modern gaming and, of course, the next generation of consoles.
Settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map.
Now, this Alliance map, I'm going to pause it here just briefly because I'm getting a little bit of Dragon Age Inquisition here.
It will serve as a record of the allies you have made.
So you've got different regions of Britain of the time. You have East Anglia, you have Essex, Oxfordshire, and a few other regions as well. So I'm assuming you could possibly plan attacks depending on your alliances. Maybe there's trade routes that you can barter for. Again, this is just speculation at this point.
For future opportunities. The Vikings.
And then, if I move my camera out of the way so we can see them, the different types of enemies that we can see here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different factions. And I'm actually really curious as to how they're going to depict Scotland in this game. Are we going to be more barbarians, or are we going to be more like Picts in terms of tribal representation? I don't really know. Of the time, hundreds of years ago, of course.
And legends. In Valhalla, you will find...
And look at this badass just swinging a flail like crazy. It is super fast. Now I'm going to pause it here because look at this moment right here. Look at the moment where Eivor backflips over the back of an enemy. Look at that.
Assassin's Creed game.
Now, quickly pause it there. So what I get from that is a little bit of a nod, whether I'm correct or not. It could just be my interpretation of it. I'm getting a little bit of Prince of Persia, The Sands of Times reference there, because of the way in which the character in those games could vault and flip over enemies in order to deal a killing blow from the back. I don't know if that's accurate or not, or it's correct, but that's what I'm getting from that when I see that. And look at that, this guy was duking left and right, and Eivor was trying to pin him down. Look, go for the knees. So that, to me, that sounds like you can actually have different body parts will affect the enemy in different ways, and I'm quite excited if that is the case.
Archetype offers a unique challenge.
I mean, look at this. Some enemies will actually tactically work together, and then one will grapple you and the other will do some major damage on you. Again, getting grappled by an enemy is not something particularly new in video games, but to see it deployed so effectively in Assassin's Creed Valhalla is really quite exciting.
While others use nearby objects to their advantage, including the body of fallen warriors.
And that just there. So you've got a brawler type of heavy enemy type, and he will actually, instead of picking up an object in the environment and throwing it at you, he will actually utilize dead bodies of fallen comrades as a weapon against you.
To face these
That's
attacks,
wild.
You must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand.
Oh, and look at that spear throw. So let's just scrub back.
To face these attacks,
See that again?
You must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses
So
to gain the upper hand.
was that, did Eivor catch the spear in the air there?
Exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the
Yes,
upper hand.
that's crazy. So somebody off in the distance there was throwing a spear at Eivor. Eivor catches it midair, does a 360-degree spin or 180-degree spin, and throws it directly at the guy with a shield to shield break him. That is an incredible move. And this scene right here, where Eivor grabs this poor unsuspecting enemy and rampages through a barn door with him,
with a host of brutal,
which makes me think, is there going to be opportunity moments within the environment to utilize that? You know, we've seen it in games like Sleeping Dogs, we've seen it in games like with Batman Arkham Knight, where there are certain parts of the environment which will highlight to allow you to utilize that as a finishing move. It looks like there's going to be some of that in Valhalla.
abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing
Look at this
axes.
move! Just multiple throwing axes.
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance.
It's insane, guys. Absolutely
finish them
insane.
off.
I'm super excited for this. Shield finishing moves. Again, finishing moves have been a
Dual-wield
staple
any
of
two
Assassin's
weapons
Creed
you wish
since the
to unleash
beginning.
a deadly combination of attacks.
All of the different weapon types, the flail, the
Customize
axes, the
your
broadswords,
fighting
the
style as you
shields.
see fit, and become
There's gonna
a
be
legendary
maces, I'm sure.
Viking warrior.
We're also getting a little bit of a look here at the revised UI. So we've got the traditional 4 slots for your skills, which are activated by the left trigger. Now, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they were activated with the left bumper. So that is interesting. For that change up, does that mean that the left trigger is not a dedicated bow and arrow control method? I'm not too sure there. So we need to investigate that further. And then right trigger is a whole bunch of other moves as well. So it looks like both triggers are going to be dedicated for your playstyle and the skills in which you want to map to those face buttons.
Combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
I mean, 2 shields just looks absolutely wild. Oh, brutal! Oh my goodness!
Not all
And here we go. Stealth is making a proper comeback by the looks of it. This has never been more representative of the old classic Assassin's Creed
nations call
than
for island.
what we're seeing here.
In this new land,
Again, crowd blending. Sorely missed in Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and now it is finally coming back.
a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart
So it looks like
your
we're going to get
enemies,
some really
avoiding
strong stealth
unwanted
mechanics.
attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds. and
It's
slip
incredibly
past watchful
exciting, everybody.
eyes.
It's just incredibly
An
exciting
unseen
to see all of
hunter
this.
among the people. From capital cities
And of course,
villages
exploration as
to the
well.
dense forests and rolling hills
A
of
huge
England,
variety of
exploration is vital
land,
to keeping yourself
marks,
sharp.
environments,
You must feed off the land if you hope to endure.
and of course fishing. And something that has not been
Unconfirmed
mentioned in this
replenish
trailer
your
is you
health
can
and
actually
fortify your equipment.
recruit cats in the game. So that right there makes it Game of the Year, okay?
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new
Awesome
activities
stuff.
and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, shoot!
Yep, full-on assaults.
But as you push deeper into England,
I mean, these sieges
enemy
could be
will
like
push
proper
back.
Helm's Deep kind of
In a
stuff. I'm
series
really
of
looking forward to that
climactic
as well.
moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against
I love just the
heavily
battering ram
guarded
mechanics.
Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous.
It looks
haunted
absolutely
lands,
epic.
inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
I mean, look at these boss
with
characters.
unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs,
And of course, there's going to be
tragic
drinking
losses,
games. There's going to be
giving you the chance to
almost
live your
like
own Viking
like
saga.
rap-offs, like rap battles and things. They have really pushed the consoles as looks like as much as possible.
Assassin's
So there
Creed
you go,
Valhalla.
guys. Holy crap! Let's just take a moment and try and get our heads together for everything that we just saw there. An incredible showing, and honestly, I am super excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla now. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of not just this video, but also the gameplay reveal as well. Are you guys are as excited as I am for Valhalla? Please let me know in the comments, and let's have a really good discussion of what we can expect to see for more gameplay footage in the run-up to release, but also how do you think it compares going into the next generation of consoles as well, because this game is in that transition phase of being compatible for PlayStation 4, obviously PC and Xbox One, but it is also getting a port or compatibility with the Xbox Series X, and of course the PlayStation 5. So what kind of improvements? Is it just going to be graphical? Is it going to be minor? Or could it be a significant kind of upgrade as well for those consoles? It remains to be seen until we get closer to the time of the launch date. But guys, thank you to everybody who has been tuning in. I am Ross from Gamer Tagged, and this has been a reaction video for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.